Hi.
All right. Today we're diving into one of South Africa's most complex and honestly devastating public health issues. We're talking about a drug crisis that has been quietly tearing through communities for years. But here's the thing. This isn't a story about some single predictable drug. No, we're talking about a stealthy, almost shape-shifting substance. Something that's become a defining threat to an entire generation on the streets. They call it Nyope, or sometimes hunger. And that right there is what makes Nyope so incredibly dangerous. It's the sheer unpredictability. You see, users often have absolute no idea what they're actually taking. That means every single dose, well, it's a total roll of the dice. So, to really get a handle on the scale of this problem, we've got to understand what this substance actually is. Let's break down the science, if you can even call it that, behind this lethal cocktail. Okay, so when scientists have actually managed to get this stuff into a lab, what they found is that the core is usually a mix of low-grade heroin and cannabis. But the real danger, the real wild card, is in the cutting agents. These are the other substances mixed in just to bulk it up for sale. And they can be, well, literally anything. The inconsistency is just staggering. I mean, lab tests have found everything from caffeine to paracetamol, like the stuff in pain relievers, mixed in there. And this constantly shifting formula, it creates a huge problem. It means there's no standardized treatment. Think about it. How are doctors supposed to help someone detox safely when they don't even know what's in their system? So, traditionally, the main way people have used this stuff is by smoking it, usually rolled up with cannabis. But now, a much, much more dangerous trend is starting to take over. We're seeing more and more users transitioning to injection. And that opens up a whole new, terrifying category of risks. Everything from overdose to bloodborne diseases. And the long-term damage, it's severe. Research shows that Nyope is what they call cytotoxic. Now, that's a fancy scientific term, but what it boils down to is this. It's literally toxic to living cells. It's poison. So this isn't just about the high. This substance is actively degrading the body, harming organs, and just crippling the immune system from the inside out. Okay, so we've talked about the chemical side of things, but this is a deeply, deeply human story. So who is falling into this trap? And maybe more importantly, what are the forces that are pushing them there? Well, a major review of a ton of studies zeroed in on 3 key gateways to Nyope use. And the data here is pretty clear. First up, unemployment. That's a massive factor. Right behind it, you've got peer pressure. And maybe not so surprisingly, having used cannabis before is also a really significant predictor. But you know, those factors don't just exist in a vacuum. When you actually listen to the users themselves, they paint a really picture. This isn't just about chasing a high or seeking thrills. For so many, it's about escaping a brutal reality of poverty, of boredom, of a total lack of opportunity. The drug becomes the only way out they can see, even if it's just a temporary one, from a life that feels hopeless. And within this already terrible crisis, women face a unique and horrifying set of dangers. They often have to deal with this intense stigma, sometimes even from doctors and nurses, which just pushes them further away from getting help. This vulnerability can force them into things like transactional sex just to fund their habit and lead to incredibly high-risk behaviors like sharing needles. You know, the impact of an addiction like this is never just about the person